If you've had a Quest 1 all this time, you're probably getting pretty used to these announcements, but VRChat is added to the list of games that's going to drop support for the Quest 1. We knew this was coming at some point, but now we've got a date, June 30th, which is actually pretty soon, and this adds VRChat to a growing list of games like Zenith, Onward, Synth Riders, even Myst, that have all quit allowing Quest 1 support. They do say, of course, that you can still use a Quest 1 with a PC through any sort of PC link, cable, Airlink, and such to use it that way. This can be a hard pill to swallow, I would say, for people who bought the Quest 1, especially before the Quest 2 came out, and if you bought it at the full price for the bigger storage at $500, less than 4 years later, seeing so much drop support. VR's moving fast, and we're going to continue to see things like this happen with headsets getting outdated, but I still feel bad for people who were rocking that, and hopefully, at least if the Quest 3 is coming soon, those people will be ready to upgrade when that comes out. What do you think? I'd love to know in the comments. We finally got a date for the Meta Quest Gaming Showcase, which happens each year. If you've missed them before, we usually stream them on the channel so we can chat with you live about what's going on during it, but it's where they have some of their biggest game reveals of the year. They release new games, they talk about what's coming next, and hopefully June 1st is going to bring us some good announcements. I know the community is obviously still curious since it's been years since they said Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was coming to VR. Something interesting to note about this is that they've scheduled this for June 1st when WWDC is happening on June 5th through 8th, where that is supposed to be the event where Apple is going to reveal their upcoming headset. Does that mean you think Meta's trying to get ahead of that? Do you think there's possibly any announcement about a Quest 3? I hope so, but it would be interesting to see them trying to do that to help steal some of this hype before the Apple announcement happens. What are you hoping will be announced during this? I'd love to hear in the comments. For this upcoming Meta Quest Gaming Showcase, they dropped a very brief teaser trailer announcing the date, but in that trailer in the background there is a helmet from Asgard's Wrath. The whole scene looks like something straight out of the game. Now this has led people to believe, speculate that there is some sort of Asgard's Wrath announcement coming at Meta Quest. Is it a standalone version that would be coming directly to the Quest? Is it a sequel, as Meta did acquire the studio years ago that made Asgard's Wrath? An additional detail in this that's leading people to believe that this is not actually Asgard's Wrath itself, but maybe a sequel, is the desert scene itself that you see in this promo was not part of the original game, but was actually something similar to a post-credits scene in the game. This would be a really big deal. Asgard's Wrath is one of the games that remained exclusive to Rift all these years and was known as a really great VR game for those who actually got to play it. What do you think? One of my favorite VR games of last year is a brutal survival game called Into the Radius. This game is available standalone on the Quest, but can be played in much higher fidelity on the PC. CM Games, the studio behind it, has revealed that it's now entering its final development cycle with only 2 updates rolling out left, but a sequel to this is coming. They said it's in pre-production now, so don't expect this to come too soon, but they want to follow an early access model like they did with Into the Radius so that they can continue to get feedback from users to make the best game possible. If you've never tried Into the Radius, I highly recommend this game, but this is a survival game. It's brutal. It's got really realistic gun physics. You're loading bullets one by one into mags. It's a great game, but know that it can be a little tedious. I'm very excited for the sequel. What do you think? Virtual Desktop is actually one of the top selling apps because it allows you to use your PC, play your PC games directly on your Quest completely wirelessly. It even lets you connect multiple PCs to your headset and switch between them for things like multitasking or just playing different games. It's been available on the Meta Store for a long time, but now it is also coming to the HTC Vive Focus 3 and Vive XR Elite through the Vive Store. This is a big deal as these headsets are looking to compete more directly with the Quest and the Quest Pro and even potentially the Quest 3, hopefully to come this year, because this enables a lot more than just the standalone games people are forced to play with, but they can also be wireless and play PC quality games. You do need to have a 5 gigahertz router though, and that is something that is becoming more common, but some people run into problems with their router. It's good to get a gaming router specifically to be able to run this with really low latency. For Quest owners, Virtual Desktop has been one of several ways now, including the Airlink and the D-Bridge, to play wirelessly on your PC, but I think it's cool to see it coming to other headsets too, as we see more of a movement towards wireless headsets. With all that said, what's going on in the VR world that gets you excited right now? I'm definitely excited. AWE is coming up, the Meta Quest Gaming Showcase. Really interested in what Apple's going to tell us next month too, but let me know in the comments what you've been interested. Thank you for coming out, and I'll see you in another reality.